Good day, everyone. So, welcome once again to our personal development class. So, we are now in week 7, and week 7 will focus on lesson 13, which is developing a plan to enhance brain functions, and lesson 14, which is emotional intelligence. Okay, so let's begin. Yan. So for our review, no, week 6, no, we were able to discuss, no, the brain, which is, no, more of parts, processes, and functions. And we were able to discuss the different ways, no, to improve brain functions. Okay. And for our objectives, no, for this week, no, at the end of the lesson, learners are expected to now be able to develop a personal plan to enhance brain function. So for this objective, now this will be a continuation of our week 6. And then, no, another objective will be discussed that understanding the intensity and differentiation of emotions may lead in communicating emotional expressions. Okay, so let's begin. Yan. So for our activity, before we start our discussion, so I have here lateral puzzles. So when we say puzzles, no, these are a form of problem solving. So I want you to help me, no, in solving, no, these puzzles. So I have here 3, no, sets of puzzles. Okay, so let's begin. So let's have the puzzle number 1. Yan. So listen. So for puzzle number 1, there are 6 eggs in the basket. 6 people each take one of the eggs. How it can be that one egg is left in the basket? Oh, who would like to try in answering this puzzle? Okay, thank you so much. Let's have puzzle number 2. How could a baby fall out of a 20-story building onto the ground and still alive? So what is your analysis with this puzzle? Okay, thank you. And last puzzle, a landlady permitted the students to rent her apartment with the following condition. The student will pay the rent using her 7 golden chain for her 7 days stay at her apartment. She is only allowed to cut the chain twice, but the student is obliged to pay 1 chain daily for 7 days. How is it possible? Anyone from the group? Okay, so thank you so much, guys. So let's proceed. Yan. So sabi ko nga, no, this is just a continuation of our discussion last week, no, when it comes to brain function. So this time naman, let's have personal development plan. Okay, so what do we mean by this? So when we say personal development plan, it is a framework that is required for senior high school students to work out with to track one's self-improvement. So this will be one of the requirements, no, as senior high school students, no. So you need to come up with a personal development plan. For what? No? For us to be able to track your self-improvement. Ayan. And it is something that makes you do before the end of the day. So dapat pala, no, before you retire at night, kailangan, no, you are crafting, no, your own personal development plan. Why? Kasi having a personal development plan helps you direct your path towards becoming a holistic adolescent. Okay, so when we say holistic, ibig sabihin nun, all aspects of your life, no, of yourself are what continuously developing sabay-sabay. Ano-ano ba yung mga aspects na yun? It can be intellectual, physical, emotional, no? It can be social, and it can be spiritual. So lahat daw ng aspeto dapat sabay-sabay na develop, no? For you to become holistic adolescent. Okay. Next. Yan. So, if we are going to come up with a personal development plan, so what are the different characteristics of a good plan? Ayan. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no? Characteristics of a good plan. So let's have no the first characteristics. No, it your plan no provides focus. So what is your focus? Meaning to say, what is your goal, 'di ba? Next, it let you map out a path towards your version of success. So kailangan may path, no? Asan niyo nabi-visualize yung success, pataas ba? 'Di ba, no? O pababa? So kailangan may path, no? Ano yung patutunguhan mo, dapat klaro sa'yo. Okay, next. Allows you to make better decisions. And that is very true. When you are what mapping your plan, you are also helping you to come up with better plans kasi napag-iisipan na mabuti. Next, never permits you from taking backward steps. Ayan, kapag may plan ka, hindi po pwedeng para ka nagcha-cha-cha, no, 'di ba? Pag ayaw mo na, no, magba-backward steps ka na. Hindi kasi pag sinabing plan, lagi yang pasulong, 'di ba, no? Okay. And last characteristic, no, strategy should be on track when things go wrong. Ayan, ibig sabihin nun, no, when you are having a plan, hindi lang yan plan A, sabihin nun, you have many plans, no? A to Z dapat yung plan mo. Kaya maraming dapat strategies, no? Kapag hindi nag-work out si first strategy o si strategy A, so kailangan may back up ka na another strategy, no? Strategy A to Z din dapat yan. Okay? Okay. Let's proceed to the next. Ayan. So how are you going to write naman, no, your personal development plan? So you already have the characteristics. We already define what is personal development plan. So this time naman, what are the 5 steps, no, in writing personal development plan? So as you can see in my screen, ayan, no, meron tayong acronym dito ng BRAIN. So that will be our step, no, in writing your personal development plan. Okay, so let's have number 1, yung B. B means be prepared with your goals. So, ayan. Ibig sabihin, no, when you have your goal, you have also your focus. Okay, ano bang gusto mong ma-achieve? Okay, number 2, R. Remember to recognize our skills, traits, and strengths. Diba? That's our first goal in our personal development class, no, for you to be able to know yourself. Meaning, when you know yourself, no, you should know your skills, your traits, your strengths, and even know your weaknesses para alam mo kung saan ka gagalaw. Okay. Number 3, A. Appreciate the suggestions of your mentors to reach that certain goal. So who are your mentors? Sino ba yung mga nagga-guide sa'yo? No? This can be your parents. This can be your older siblings. This can be your teachers. So yan, ano ba yung mga binibigay nila sa yung mga points, no, to remember? Ano yung mga binibigay nilang tips sa iyo, no, for you to be able to reach your certain goal. Okay. Number 4, which is yung I, meaning improve your plan. So if possible, include all factors affecting such plan. So ayan, hindi lang factors, pati yung mga pros and cons dapat alam mo din. Okay? For you to be able to improve it, di ba? Ay, hindi pa pala po pwede ito. So kailangan ayusin ko to. So with that, no, you are already improving your plan. And last, no, na for number 5, which is yung N, need to apply more strategies and recommendations in mind mapping, no, to make the mind map easy. Ibig sabihin nun, di ba, no, di ba, natandaan niyo yung mind mapping. So part of developing your personal plan, kailangan nagma-mind map ka. Ibig sabihin nun, nagbe-brainstorming ka ng mga possible strategies, di ba, no? For you to be able to really, no, back up your plan. Paano ko yung first strategy hindi maging successful? At least, no, you have your backup strategies. Okay, so remember that, no? 5 simple, no, steps, no, in writing your personal development plan. Okay, so moving on. Ayan. So we're done with the first topic, no? Kasi it's just short kasi nga no, it's just a continuation of what we discussed last week dun sa brain parts, functions and processing, no, ng ating emotion. So ngayon napunta na tayo sa application. So tapos na, meron tayong development plan, naunawaan na natin yung brain functions and even the different parts. This time naman, no, let's have the application. But before we proceed with the application, let me ask you, how are you today? 'Di ba? Pansinin niyo na in our previous meetings, no, I'm always asking you, no, to ano, no, tell me how are you today kasi no, I'm always checking your emotions. Okay, so this time, no, if you are seeing my screen, meron tayong mga apat na different emotions. Ayan. So, iisa-isahin natin yan. So, part of answering my question, which is how are you today, kung yung, ito, yung unang, ayan, emotion na nakikita nyo, ayan ang nararamdaman nyo. Ayan. So, will you please tell me what is emotion that I am displaying in this, no? First, ayan, picture of emoticon. Yan, first emoticon. Anyone from the group? Okay, tingnan nga natin kung tama yung sagot niya. Yes. So, happy. Pag ganyan ang itsura ng emoticon nyo, di ba? Happy kayo. Okay, what about the next one? Anyone from the group? Okay, wonderful. Okay, what about this one naman? What is the emotion in this kind of picture? Okay, let us check. Okay, tired, pagod, labas dila, no? Talagang napagod. What about this one? Ito, malimit nitong ano emotion, nararamdaman, lalo kapag no, yung panahon, katulad ngayon. Okay, so what is your emotion in this kind of picture? Okay, feeling sleepy. Okay, let me check nga. Baka may mga inaantok na dyan. Okay, just kidding. Eto, what about this one? Ito, ayoko tong maging emotion. Nakaka-stress to. Okay? What is this? Yes, let us check. Ayan, feeling angry. Ayoko nga, sabi ko nito, ayoko nang nagagalit ako. Eto naman, pag malapit na. Ayan, mag alas 12 o kaya mag alas 7 ng gabi. Ayan, anong tong nararamdaman nyo na ito? Anyone from the group? Okay, let us check. Oh, feeling hungry. O, sino dito? Baka nagugutom na. Okay? What about this one? Ito din, ayoko tong feeling na ito. Who would like to guess? Okay, so let us check. Ayan, not so good. Totoo naman, there are times na talagang we feel na that we are not that good, no? Enough, no? Na sabihin natin na I'm okay, di ba? So, sabi ko nga, it's okay not to be okay. So, definitely, it's okay na pwede nating aminin na I am not good, no? At this moment. And for the last, ayan, ayoko rin tong emotion na to. Pero, it's a normal feeling. Okay, would like to try? Okay, so what is the answer? Ayan, feeling sad. Ayan, sige. So, there are a lot of feelings actually or there are a lot of emotions. So, pero walo lang muna yung aking binigay sa inyo which is ano no, they are all common no emotions among us. Okay, so let's proceed. Ayan. So let's define emotion. So what is emotion? Okay, it says here that it is a subjective state of mind triggered by a certain stimuli or events which occur in the environment. Again, no? Saan nagmumula uli ang emotion? It is what? Triggered in the mind, no? Which is something subjective kasi nga it's something emotional, 'di ba? No, when we say subjective, no, depende sa tao, no, kung paano ka maapektuhan ng ano, certain stimuli, okay? No, or events, yung mga pangyayari sa paligid, no? Stimuli can be people, can be events, 'di ba? Which occur in your environment. So whatever happening around you, pwede kang maapektuhan yan at pwede kang maapektuhan yung nararamdaman mo. Di ba? Naalala niyo yung thoughts, feelings, and actions? Ayan, di ba? So, they are those triggered by stimuli, no? In the environment. Okay. And it is a reaction to a certain event that happens. Ayan, nabanggit ko na yan. And it is a feeling such as, ano-ano yung mga common emotions natin, happiness, love, fear, anger, or hatred, no? Which can be caused no, by the situation that you are in or the people you are with. Di ba? That's our environment na tinatawag. Okay. Next. Emotions can be observed through body language and facial expression. Sige nga. let us check some of your body language and facial expression. Sige nga, who would like to try to give us a facial expression? Yan. Then huhulaan nila kung anong facial expression meron kayo. Okay, let's start. Okay, thank you so much. And also, emotion are what? It can be, there must be what? Physiological changes. Nagbabago din yung ating pakiramdam, no? Physically, no? Because of the emotion. Ano-ano yung mga yon? There must be what? Increased heartbeat. Yan, bigla kang kinabahan o biglang bumilis ang tibok ng puso mo. Or respiration, bumilis ang paghinga. Yan, and overt manifestations like when you are emotional, you feel like crying, di ba? Iiyak ka or shaking of the body, nanginginig ka, even swaying of hands, and arms, may also give us an idea on what, a person feels. Ayan, so yun yung part ng mga body languages natin. Okay, moving on. Ayan. So we have here several universal emotions associated with facial expression. So kanina hiningian ko kayo ng mga different facial expressions. Ayan, kayo mahilig kayo ngayon dito sa mga emoticons na to. That would really depict our emotions or facial expressions na tinatawag. So ano yung mga several 7 universal emotions. So yan, hindi ko na to palalawigin pa kasi it is very self-explanatory. So yung first picture natin is feeling surprised, no? Next is sadness, disgust, ayan. Naranasan niyo na bang maging disgusted sa isang bagay? Yan, happiness. Yan, fright, yan, natatakot kayo. Anger and contempt. So that's the 7 universal emotions associated in facial expressions. Moving on. Ayan. What about emotional intensity? Kasi we all know already the meaning of emotions. This time naman, what do we mean by emotional intensity? So it refers to variations of the magnitude of emotional responses, as extreme degree of feeling. Ayan. So if we are going to associate emotion to earthquake, di ba? Merong magnitude na tinatawag. Ibig sabihin nun, merong mga degree, no? Yan. Diba si earthquake, meron siyang magnitude 1, no? May magnitude 2. So yung emotion may leveling din, meron ding degree na tinatawag. And intensity of emotion identifies the action an individual will have. So depende pala sa emotion, sa level ng intensity kung paano ka react, 'di ba, no? O yung action o yung behavior na tinatawag, 'di ba? And intensity ranges from, so ito na yung emotional intensity, mild, moderate, and strong. Siyempre, if we are going to categorize your emotion, like for example, anger, iba yung magiging reaction mo kapag mild lang. Iba din yung magiging reaction mo kapag moderate lang yung anger. At lalong iba ang magiging reaction mo kapag strong yung anger na nararamdaman mo. 'Di ba? Kaya naman yung iba sabi nila, bakit nakapatay, 'di ba, sasabihin nila kasi nag-blackout na yung paningin nila, totally na hindi na sila nakapag-isip. So what is the intensity of of emotion in that situation? It could be what? Strong emotion, strong anger na tinatawag. Kaya yung action niya drastic din. Okay. So there are instances na when too strong emotion compels a person to do something beyond the normal. So yun nga yung sinabi kong explanation. Makakagawa ka ng mga bagay na hindi mo dapat gawin o hindi ginagawa ng normal na tao because of that strong emotion. Kaya laging anak, mga anak, ang lagi kong sinasabi pa ulit-ulit sa inyo, you must regulate, your emotion. Kasi baka mamaya dalhin ka ng iyong strong emotion sa mga bagay na pwede mong pagsisihan o ikasira ng buhay mo. Okay? And strong emotion should be dealt with caution. Tandaan nyo yan. It may lead to action that a person might regret. 'di ba? So, avoid natin yung regrets. Ngayon pa lang, no, yung onset pa lang ng inararamdaman, dapat na i-interpret na natin ng tama at na manage natin ng tama. Okay? So, moving on. Ayan. So speaking of intensity of emotion, so we have here no, the Robert Plutchik's Wheel of Emotion. So eto 'yun, no. So if you can see yung inner part ng ng wheel, eto yung strong emotions. And then yung second ayan, yan part, yung susunod dun sa inner, yan yung moderate at yung bandang labas, yan naman yung mild emotions na tawag. Okay? Like for example, sa admiration, ito yung strong feeling. For moderate naman, trust. And for mild naman is acceptance. Okay. So let's proceed to the next. Ayan. So last meeting no we were able to connect no yung brain and our emotion. Wherein no the part responsible for the emotion of a person is the limbic system, specifically the hypothalamus. Okay. So let's proceed. Yan. So we're done with the emotion, emotional intensity. And what about emotional intelligence? Teacher, so tanongin niya sa akin, ano bang klase ng intelligence na yan? Is it something na ano ba yan? Related ba yan sa high IQ? Something like that? Or it's a separate no intelligence, the emotional intelligence? Okay? Sige, let's define this one. So when we say emotional intelligence, that is defined as the capacity to be aware, of control and express one's emotions and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathically. So ito pala yung isang katalinuhan o yung intelligence na tinatawag na wherein when you are aware of your emotions and when you are always controlling it, no, and be able to express it no in a nice way, no, and be able to handle no yan, your emotions for you to have what? Smooth interpersonal relationship, no? Yun yung tinatawag na emotional intelligence, 'di ba? So sabi nga it is the key to both personal and professional success. So yan, i-relate na natin yung IQ versus EQ. Meaning to say, no, when you become no, a successful person, hindi lang IQ yung pinagaganan mo, pati rin yung emotional no, intelligence, yung EQ na tinatawag, emotional quotient, 'di ba, no? Mind you mga anak, no, when you are working, no, all you need to have is yung 20% ng intelligence quotient, yung IQ. Yun lang ang kailangan natin. And the rest, which is 80%, all you need to have is the emotional intelligence. Bakit? 'Di ba? At work, hindi naman pa palagi mag-isa ka. You are working with people. Definitely, you must be what? Expert in interpersonal relationships. Eh ano yung key to interpersonal relationship? No? Dapat meron kang high emotional intelligence. So tandaan yan, 20-80 palagi yan. Okay? And for Goldman, no? Emotional intelligence is the ability to, dalawang klase yan. Okay? Recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions. So that's number 1, no? Ability. Ma-recognize mo, oops, teka, ano ba 'tong nararamdaman ko, 'di ba? Bakit ko ba 'to nararamdaman? So you need to understand and be able to manage. Naku, hindi 'to makatutulong. Kailangan gawan ko 'to ng paraan. Okay? Number 2, recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. Ito, at paano 'to? Recognize. Sabi nyo nga, 'di ba, no? Na aalarma ka na. Understand, tatanungin mo at kailangan ba? And be able to check, no, kung ito yung nararamdaman ko, what will be the influence, no, how, no, it affects, no, other people, di ba? Like for example, pag nagagalit ka, di ba? Sa tingin mo ba healthy yan para sa iyo at para sa ibang tao pag nagagalit ka? What will be the effect, no? Pa pwedeng magkaroon ng problem sa interpersonal relationship kasi yung emotion na yan ay hindi mo ma-hold, 'di ba? So for emotional intelligence, kailangan, no, you would be able to really, no, regulate your emotion, no, for you to really, no, safeguard your interpersonal, relationship na tinatawag. So this means being aware that emotions can drive our behavior and impact na people either positively or negatively. So tandaan niyo yan, yung emotion nyo, either positive and negative din yung epekto niyan sa ibang tao. So kung papipiliin tayo, anong gusto nyo? Di ba dapat palaging positive kasi hindi nga magiging healthy kung puro negative. Okay. And it is essential to learn how to manage those emotions, especially when under pressure. Yung pinaka-importante sa lahat mga anak, no? When you are having high emotional intelligence, yung naggagawa mong ma-manage ang emotions mo under pressure. Hindi po pwedeng palaging sasabihin natin, kaya ko lang nagawa yan kasi na-pressure na ako. Kaya ko lang naman nasabi yan. Kailangan ko naman kaya nagawa to ganto ganyan ganyan ay dahil kasi kinabahan na ako, nagalit na ako, tapos kulang na ako sa oras. Hindi po ganoon. No, having emotional intelligence meaning, no, even under pressure, even with the different no, yung mga situations na tayo ay nahaharap no sa alanganin, na we were able what to control no our emotion and do something about it, no, meaning yung management na tinatawag. Okay, next. Ayan. So we have here no 5 elements of emotional intelligence. So what are those? Ito yung self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Ayan, pag lahat yan na pag-aralan nyo at na-internalize nyo na yan, nako, masasabi ko sa inyo, no? You are leading to high emotional intelligence. Okay, let's discuss one by one. Self-awareness. Anong ibig sabihin to? Knowing what one is feeling at any given time and understanding the impact those moods have on others. Diba? So, awareness. Kapag ito yung naramdaman ko, ano po pwede maging impact nito sa sarili ko? At ano yung pwede maging impact, epekto nito sa ibang tao? 'Di ba? Kaya agad-agad wag niyo munang i-display yung behavior nyo o yung emotion nyo. Let us be aware ano yung magiging impact nito. Okay? Next, self-regulation, meaning controlling or directing one's emotions, anticipating consequences before acting on impulse. I-regulate na natin yung sarili natin. No, meaning, we need to control, we need to direct, di ba? Nagbi-build up na yung galit, anong po pwedeng gawin? So, siguro, no, for us to regulate ourselves, shut mo muna yung mouth mo. Baka mamaya kasi may mga masabi kang bagay na hindi magiging maganda, 'di ba? Makakasira ng samahan. Ano pa? Feeling mo physical kang tao, baka makapanakit ka. Ano pa, paano mo i-direct yung sarili mo? Ilayo mo muna yung sarili mo dun sa ibang tao, ilayo mo muna yung sarili mo dun sa sitwasyon, 'di ba? Meaning you are already controlling and you are already redirecting your emotion kasi nga ina-anticipate mo na yung pwedeng mangyari kapag hindi mo na panghawakan yung mga nararamdaman mo. Next, motivation. Meaning, utilizing emotional factors not to achieve goals, enjoy the learning process, and persevere in the face of obstacles. So, what motivates you? 'Di ba? Meaning, babalik na naman tayo dun sa goal. Ano bang gusto mo? 'Di ba? Your goal is what? To build harmonious relationship. 'Di ba? Kaya naman, no? Kapag yun ang yung goal mo, meaning, kailangan panghawakan mo yung mga emotions na hindi makakatulong, no? Para mag-build ng harmonious relationship, 'di ba? That was your motivation. Kaya minsan 'di ba kahit nagagalit ka, ito tone down mo yung sarili mo kasi hindi siya nakakatulong, no, para ma-reach mo yung goal mong tinatawag. Next, empathy, meaning sensing the emotions of others. Or in the other definition ng empathy, ito yung putting yourself in the shoes of others. 'Di ba? Minsan, no, ano din yan kasama yan talaga sa sa level ng emotional intelligence na yung nararamdaman natin o nailalagay natin yung sarili natin sa sitwasyon ng ibang tao. By that kasi nauunawaan natin sila. 'Di ba, no? Pansinin nyo, kapag yung isang tao hindi nyo maintindihan, 'di ba? Anong tendency gagawin niyo? Iiwan niyo siya, hindi niyo na siya kakausapin, hindi niyo na siya iintindihin, 'di ba, no? Pero when you practice empathy, no? Kapag nilagay mo yung sarili mo doon sa katayuan niya, 'di ba? You would be able to understand that person and you would be able to help that person, no? Meron kang urge to help, no? Meron kang action to help kasi naunawaan mo na ilagay mo yung sarili mo dun sa katayuan niya. Pero pag hindi mo pinractice si empathy, never mong mauunawaan at never mong tutulungan yung taong iyon. Okay? And the last element is the social skills. So when we say social skills, no, these are what? Managing relationships, no? Inspiring others and inducing desired responses from them. 'Di ba? Kung gusto mong mag-instill ng positive social skills, no, and be able to manage your relationship with others, 'di ba, no? Sabi nga, respect begets respect, no? What you do unto others, they will do it unto you, yung golden rule na tinatawag, 'di ba, no? So kung ano yung ipapakita mo sa kanila, 'di ba, no? Mai-inspire sila o maapektuhan sila, 'di ba, no? At yun din yung gagawin nila. So definitely, ano yung dapat natin ipakita? Dapat good, ano din, 'di ba? Social skills, positive, ano din, no? Actions din para ano, yung inducing desired responses, makuha din natin yung positive response, yung gustong response natin na makuha sa ibang tao. So kung gusto mong irespeto ka, respetuhin mo muna sila, 'di ba? Kung gusto mong igalang ka, igalang mo sila. Kung gusto mong maging mapagmahal sila, mahalin mo muna sila, 'di ba? Okay. Next. Remember, ayan. So, how a person react no in a situation may influence others and affect efficiency. Tandaan nyo yan ha. Kung paano kayo nagre-react, no, which is based kasi nga sa emotion yung reaction nyo, no, pwede talagang ma-impluwensyahan ng ibang tao. So kaya sa feelings pa lang, level pa lang ng feeling, no, try to regulate it para see to it na kontrolado mo rin kung ano yung mararamdaman ng ibang tao sa isang sitwasyon. Next, a person must avoid making decisions when you are under pressure, feeling down, or when expressing too strong emotions, no? Like for example, when you are too happy or very angry. Why? Bakit nga? Do not decide no when you have extreme emotions. It is because it may lead to wrong or inappropriate decisions and actions na pwede mong pagsisihan kapag humupa na yung level ng emotion mo. So don't decide nga daw when you are too angry and too happy. 'Di ba? Pahupain mo muna, dali mo muna yung sarili mo sa normal state of emotion bago ka mag-decide ng mata-ma. Tandaan niyo yan palagi. Okay? So with that, I have here several quotations no, pertaining to emotional no intelligence or pertaining to emotions. So I want you to, ayan, part of our okay, summarizing our discussion. So I want you to explain the following quotations. Yan, like for this, anybody can become angry and that is easy. But to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. That is according to Aristotle. So what do we mean by that? Who would like to explain and discuss it further? Okay, so thank you so much. What about the next quotation? Ayan. So according to Daniel Goleman, it is a very real sense we have two minds. And what are those? The one that thinks and one that feels. So ano pong pakaintindi niyo dyan? Okay, so thank you. Moving on to the last. Ayan. So to be emotionally intelligent means to understand the powerful emotions of your and of others and to handle it properly. So what do we mean by that? Okay, so thank you so much for your sharing. Okay, so let's proceed to the different activities that you need to accomplish during our asynchronous time. Okay. So for activity number one, definitely ito yung activity planning, no? Part of our task in personal development plan. So I want you to come up with a 7-day activity plan using the different activities that may enhance your brain functions. So ayan. So all you need to do, no, meron tayong tatlong columns dito. So first column, all you need to do is to, ayan, yan, write the different dates, no, from day 1 to day 7. And then be able to identify what are the different activities that you are going, no, to employ, no, or for you to be able to really, no, enhance your brain functions, 'di ba? Like for example, in day 1, ano yung activity ko dito? Pray and meditation, 'di ba? Pansinin niyo. So you can check our lecture on this part para mag-guide kayo. So what activity you are going to include here, no? And then, for the remarks naman, just tell us, is it something daily na gagawin mo, no? From day 1 malamang to day 7. So, daily yan. Or it can be what? A weekly, yan, no? Activity na gagawin. And, aside from that, how, no? State how it often, no? You will do it. Okay, kung paano, bakit? Explain mo rin, bakit daily, di ba? Bakit ano, how? Okay, explain lang. Okay, next. For activity number 2 naman, ito yung situation analysis. No, we're in, no? Ito yung gagawin nyo. What will you do if you will encounter the following situations? So, may mga situations tayong given dyan. So, I want you to write your answer on a separate answer sheet, no? Or dun sa mga ano, modular. Pero for sa ating mga online, meron na tayong provided niyan, no, sa last. Okay. So, I want you to identify with a certain situation, identify mo anong kind of emotion na pwede mong maramdaman dyan, di ba? At ano yung intensity? Remember yung intensity, no? Mild, moderate, or strong. And after that, yung action mo, no? How to communicate, no? Expressions effectively. So dahil ito na nga yung na-identify mong emotion at ito yung level ng ano, no, intensity. So ano yung magiging action mo, no, in communicating your, no, emotion effectively. So dapat positive na yung magiging actions niyo po diyan kasi na identify niyo na, 'di ba? Na recognize niyo na 'di ba? Okay. So ilan po 'yan? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, no? 7 situations po 'yan, no, na gagawin ninyo. Okay? Next one. Yan. And for activity number 3, so you are tasked to answer a 5-item quiz and be able to write your reflection for activity number 4. Okay, so that's it, guys. So I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.